Feeling unsure of yourself? A lack of self-confidence can sabotage your magic craft. Learn how to balance the inner saboteur and get those manifestations bumping with charisma, magic, weird magic, enchantments. For the best and weirdest psychomagic tips and techniques, subscribe to my channel, Enchantments, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated when I upload new videos every Thursday on Thaumaturgy Thursday! Hey wizards, I'm Amanda Raby, and thank you for joining me today on Enchantments. If a lack of self-confidence is disrupting your manifestations, by the end of this video, you will have 3 indubitable charisma magic techniques to infiltrate your subconscious mind and get your inner saboteur archetype and your inner magician archetype back into balance. Some of the most influential wizards in the world have gained a bloom by the merits of charisma magic. It's proven! One of the most effective forms of magic, one of the greatest forms of seduction. And now, it can be yours. We begin with a warning. Not all charismatics use this powerful magic for good. Consider the insidious infections of Adolf Hitler, or the psychotic ravings of Charles Manson, or the dire entrapments of Donald Trump. It may be easy to misuse this power once it's cultivated. We might end up hurting people we love by selling them things they don't actually want or need. We could end up in jail. We could end up hungry ghosts. So now you've been warned. Now let's get on with the fun. Step 1. Integrate the saboteur. All magic craft begins within, and the same goes for charisma magic. We start by lovingly dealing with the antagonist. And the number 1 nemesis of the charismatic magician archetype is
the saboteur.
But the saboteur is a crucial archetype serving at the round table in the royal court of our psyche. More on this in future videos. Hit the notification bell. Don't miss out. In our royal court of psyche, the saboteur serves to protect the victim archetype. If our victim archetype is rejected by all the other seats in our court, i.e. the lover archetype, the prostitute, the sage, then the saboteur archetype will dominate the court, throwing everything off balance. In our minds, an out-of-balance saboteur looks a little like this.
Everything you've learned about yourself is true. You're not worthy of love now, and you never will be, so just give it up. See, you're not even worth patience and presence because you're such a failure. And every day is just another day to embarrass yourself with your miserable existence. You're such a piece of poo. Just shut up and go away.
Ouchie! With thoughts like this, the subconscious mind is so fraught with doubt, any magic craft would be shoddy at best. But here's what a balanced and integrated saboteur archetype looks like.
There is a deep wound here, and if you don't pay attention, I will get your attention by any means necessary. So be present and be responsible for this wound, or incur my wrath.
The victim archetype can't stand up for themselves or speak up because they're a victim. So the saboteur archetype plays a very important role in commanding compassionate presence from the other archetypes in our royal court of psyche. The saboteur also reinforces themselves and reinforces the victim by keeping the victim safe from the heavy responsibility of correcting any self-defeating thoughts. It goes something like this.
You don't even understand your privilege. I don't even get a voice in this situation because you and your privilege dominate everything and everyone around you. And you don't even care to listen, so why should I bother even existing? You don't even recognize your own entitled sense of havingness while I'm over here drowning.
Well, that gets your attention, right? The saboteur is doing their job. While it may be true that odds are stacked and doo-doo circumstances make us actual victims, the saboteur keeps the victim safe from having to muster the courage to rise against the odds. And this results in an unremarkable, yet semi-comfortable existence. An unbalanced saboteur archetype tends to dominate everything, so the victim can rest, safe from shame, abuse, rejection, and more defeat. And this is very helpful post-trauma, but eventually we have to flex our hospitalized muscles lest they atrophy, or worse, spiritual bed sores. In the words of the great Helen Keller, avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. So, thank your inner saboteur for doing such a great job of getting your attention, and learn to be fully present with your victim archetype. For more help bringing your saboteur archetype and victim archetypes into balance, check out my video series on tantric shadow work. Now, on to charisma magic techniques. Step 2, practice pregnant pauses. The pregnant pause is a classic charisma magic technique used to create and emphasize anticipation. This technique can be used with speech, music, and movement. First, let's explore exhaling all the way and pausing at the base of the exhale. You'll notice your next inhale is naturally deeper and more relaxed. In the same way, the pregnant pause works with this anticipation and naturally easy delivery. So you'll practice this breathing technique to refine the energy dynamics of the pregnant pause. Added bonus, this breathing technique helps to increase self-confidence and reduce stress. Now, let's practice the pregnant pause while reading something magically mundane, like flavor copy on the back of a package. Our dulce comes directly to you, without processing or watching out any of its mineral richness. Please check for occasional tiny hidden pebbles or shells in the leaves. Store your dulce in this bag out of extreme light, heat, or moisture. Notice how the eyes wander about during the pause, and then penetrate you, the anticipating audience. Now, let's practice with a self-confidence affirmation. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, healthy, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. It may feel silly at first, but the silliness does not negate the power. With practice, pregnant pauses may help birth your full potential. Step 3, treasure the gesture. Charisma is like a fairy. We catch it by the tail and draw it down into our bodies and voices so that it amplifies our passion. In order to master charisma magic and tame the amplifier fairy, we have to patiently observe the way the fairy moves through us, through our own unique style. Comment below, comment below, comment below if you feel the resonance. We have to completely drop pretense in order to let the spirit of charisma move through us freely. Notice and repeat any phrases or movements that feel exceptionally liberated with conviction. So first, let's start again with our pregnant pause breathing technique. On the inhale, imagine drawing down the charisma fairy into your body and letting it writhe through all of your muscles and veins. Then, try these gestures on for size. The cray cray wobble wob. The snake charmer. The despondent diva. The dashing dignitary. We must believe we can change. The psychobilly. I'm really curious what hallmark charisma gestures you guys come up with. Share videos at Enchantments_media on Instagram. Hashtag you are the spell. All one word. So, charisma amplifies in 2 ways. Poised. And volatile. The poised is calculated, strategically stoic, and intensely dramatic. Charisma rides on volume and tone, micro gestures, and dramatic timing. Notice the pacing and the eyes, and yes, over-the-top overacting. But if you're uncertain about anything in life, you can imagine executing the task with poised charisma to refine your self-confidence. I produce the most fun and powerful YouTube videos on the planet. Fame. Yes. Fame. It's all mine. Rich wizards, unite for the orphans. Now, volatile is best used when you want your conviction to be infectious. With volatile charisma, we put our missions first, far above our personalities. We let the spirit of conviction for our cause take over, rile our bodies, and we lose ourselves into the fervor. Hips gyrate, fists flail, faces flush with sanguine passion. The volatile charismatic risks acting a fool to make their causes infectious. And I lose myself into your eyes. Where did I go? Where did I go? You might be hard-pressed to catch the eye of a volatile charismatic because they're so caught up in their own spirit. But should you catch a glimpse, you'll likely be haunted by their infectious charisma and lose yourself to their cause. Hashtag you are the spell, all one word. So now you have 3 basic charisma magic techniques that can be used to boost self-confidence and fortify your magic manifestations. Leave a comment below if you feel the resonance. Comment below, comment below, comment below if you feel the resonance. And share this video if you think it would vibe with your peeps. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Help a girly out, yo!
So, but what if your self-confidence is so low you can't even begin to integrate your saboteur archetype with your magician archetype? I got you, boo. I've created a guide for a life-changing technique that will blow your flippin' mind. It will get you set up for success in meditation and magic. I do it every day because it saves my life. Click the link below. It's free. You're gonna love it. Ancient sorcery on fleek. Also, if you want to join a group of wizards just like yourself, I've created a secret society where we share some of the best and weirdest psychomagic tips and techniques to help you navigate this sometimes tricky terrain of creative liberation. Click the links below in the description. Thank you so much for joining me today on Enchantments Thaumaturgy Thursday!
Spiritual.